everyone. Welcome back. Please comment, subscribe, folks. Comment, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen, folks, there's a link tree down below. Has links to all my social media platforms. Please go down there. Follow me across all my social media platforms and talk to me because I talk back. Also down there as well as links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Listen, folks, Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing a live radio show right here on this channel, okay? We'll be talking about the Jets. We'll be talking about the draft. We'll be talking about the Jets and the draft. Call in. I take live callers. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. Now, with that said and done and put to the side, I've come to talk to you folks today about Jadeveon Clowney. Oh, man. Jadeveon Clowney has signed with the Carolina Panthers, for those of you that may not know. Oh, boy, right? And we've got to have this discussion, all right? Please comment down below. Give me your thoughts. Like the video if you haven't already. Jadeveon Clowney just signed with the Carolina Panthers. 2-year deal, $20 million, but it's worth up to $24 million, because of incentives that he can meet, all right? Now, what sucks about this situation is the Jets recently met with Jadeveon Clowney, and I was hoping that the Jets would be able to get something done, okay? We all know that the Jets are looking for another pass rusher ever since losing Bryce Huff, and I'll get to that in a second. And I was hoping that Jadeveon Clowney would be able to be the guy to come in and really help and give us that three-headed monster that we were all hoping for, right? I mean, if you look at Jadeveon Clowney, he still played pretty well. Even now, again, he's older, but he was really solid with the Ravens. And the Ravens were an unbelievable defense this past season. I mean, they were shutting teams down left and right. They only gave up 16, I think, 0.5 points a game to opposing offenses. They led the league in turnovers. I think they were tied with the Giants. They led the league in team sacks. They had 60 sacks. Keep in mind, 9.5 of those sacks came from Jadeveon Clowney, who's still getting it done in this league. He was second on the Ravens in sacks. The only guy that had more sacks than him was Justin Matabuki, right, with 13. But he was 9.5 right there. Keep in mind, 9.5 sacks is tied for the most sacks he's ever had in his career. So this guy was still putting in the work, man. He was still putting in the work. And also, the Ravens also were the first team in NFL history to lead the league in the 3 categories that I just mentioned. It sucks, man. It sucks. Especially when you lose a guy that can come in and have the type of impact that he can have on the defense. It sucks because we've already lost a guy that showed extreme promise and extreme ability to rush the passer in Bryce Huff. Listen, I want to say this, man. I really like what Joe Douglas has done this offseason. He's made some moves that I like, right? John Simpson, not the biggest fan of that signing, but look, he got other guys in. He's made trades. He's grabbed some guys, okay? I like Mike Williams. We can go on, okay? I like some of the moves. But the lack of movement on Bryce Huff burned me up, man. I couldn't stand that we allowed Bryce Huff to walk out the door for nothing, okay? For nothing. And when you look at him going to the Eagles for $17 million a season, goodness gracious, you telling me we couldn't match that? We could have easily have done that. When you look at his contract, the way it's broken down, we could have easily have beat the Eagles and kept him a New York Jet, okay? Bryce Huff literally led the Jets in sacks, 10.5 last season. He was the guy that was really putting the gas in the engine of our defense and making it go. He's an elite pass rusher. If you look at all metrics, he's near the top of all the metrics, from hurries to pressures to rush, all this stuff, explosiveness, the way he was getting off and getting after quarterback. He was shutting series down, okay? He comes in on 3rd down, you're going to bed, all right? Game's over. 4th down, Jets is about to receive a punt from you. To let that walk out the door and not get nothing back in return, they didn't even try to franchise him and trade him. They didn't even try They need to get rid of him during the season so that they could get some type of capital back to go into the draft with. Just nothing. They just let him walk out the door scot-free, and it just blew my mind, okay? Because now you look at the New York Jets, okay, and you're saying the closest that we have to guys that are really going to get after it, our edge rushers, is, of course, Jermaine Johnson, right? Jermaine Johnson, great player. Pro Bowler, we all love him. We love the passion. We love the what he brings to the field. We love the explosiveness. We love the strength, the fact that he can just get after it. But he's got to get home now. That man has to have double-digit sacks this upcoming season, and he's never had more than 7.5 sacks in any season that he's played, okay? Then the other guy that we're really hoping to step up, because if he doesn't step up, then really it's just Jermaine Johnson you're going to have to worry about out there. The other guy has got to be Will McDonald. Will McDonald, again, first-round pick. I was live when we took that guy, okay? And Jets fans were not happy, okay? Most Jets fans did not like the selection of Will McDonald. I did like the selection because I saw the talent and I understood the vision. Pass rush runs this league, especially in the passing league. I got it, okay? We're going to be playing with leads. You got to close things out, deploy Will McDonald. And at the time, I was thinking Bryce Huff and Jermaine Johnson as well. Boy, things are going to get really rough for opposing teams. Well, now, Will McDonald, he's thrust into the spotlight here year two. He's got to have a big year this upcoming year. What blew my mind as well, right, because a lot of Jets fans scream, oh, well, you know, we're moving on from Bryce Huff because we got Will McDonald. The second we drafted him, the writing was on the wall. Okay, well, if the writing was on the wall, then why didn't you play Will McDonald more then? Why was he deactivated in his rookie year? Why was he deactivated in games? Why did you play him so sparingly? You didn't play him that much. Why didn't you put him on the field a lot more? Why? If you were moving on from Bryce Huff with Will McDonald, then Will McDonald should have saw way more snaps. That man should have been out there so that he could get the experience and be ready to fully take over this next season. But here we are, right? Now, Will McDonald, again, deactivated in games, played sparingly, only had 3 sacks last year. He's got to have double-digit sacks in year 2. Keep in mind, there are Super Bowl expectations on this year, okay? A lot of Jets fans screaming Super Bowl or bust. Aaron Rodgers is coming back. This is Super Bowl year for us. We got to get it done. It's about winning now, all right? So now he has to get double-digit sacks and not just be good, but be Super Bowl caliber good in year 2. That's a lot to ask of a guy, and we're going to see if he's going to be able to do it, all right? That's a lot of pressure on Will McDonald. And after Jermaine Johnson, Will, there's a question mark. There's no other guys really that's going to get after the passer like that. I mean, Quentin Williams is a phenomenal defensive lineman. He's literally one of the best, but you can't say that Quentin Williams is a pass rusher. He's a good player, and he can get after the quarterback, but they're going to double team him every single game. Every game. If not triple team, they're going to try to. John Franklin Myers, big question mark. We know that his rushing ability is up and down. Can we depend on him to really get going? I don't know, man. I don't know. When you look at some of the free agents, though, that are left, there's some edge rushers that maybe the Jets could look to grab as well. Randy Gregory is out there. Some people talking about him. Emmanuel Ugba, I believe, is still out there. Yannick Ngakoue, I believe, is still out there as well. Keep in mind, this is free agency, so things are moving fast. Don't, try to slam me if these guys are getting snatched up as I'm talking about them, okay? And you also got Kyle Van Noy. I've heard a lot of people talking about Kyle Van Noy as well. Him possibly being a New York Jets. A lot of rumors swirling around. But we'll see what happens, man. But the Jets definitely have to try to grab one more edge to get into this building to really help us get that pressure. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. How do you folks feel about Jadeveon Clowney signing with the Panthers? What are your thoughts about the New York Jets edge rushing situation at this point? And who do you think is the guy that's going to be able to step up? Do you think Will McDonald is going to get those double-digit sacks? Comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. You folks have a good one. Peace.